Good morning, church. It's Good Friday today, and I am really sorry that we can't gather in person, but I'm here to encourage you. So I hope this encourages you today. I have a little bit of my story that you don't know for you today, and here it goes. You know, I have this amazing hairdresser. Her name is Kerry. She tells me every time I see her, "Oh, I love your hair. It's so thick. It's so lovely." And, you know, I think back to when I was a child. And the truth is, I self-harmed as a child. As long as I can remember, as far back as I can remember, I self-harmed. And I would lock myself in my room and I would pull out literal clumps of hair, and then I would hit myself in the side of my head until I felt completely numb. And you know, it sounds so bizarre when I lay it down like that for you today, but it's the truth. It's my truth. And you know, all of that pain that caused me to do that, and so much more, it was hidden behind a smile and the ability to make you laugh, because I love to make people laugh. I still do. But back then, it was something that I hid behind, and it's a part of who I was before I knew that there was a savior. You know, there's a verse in the Bible, and I think most of you would know it. Psalm 34, verse 18: the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. You know, I didn't know that verse at the time, but I was certainly crushed in spirit. But you know, Jesus met me there in that place when I was crushed, not when I had gone and cleaned myself up, not when I got stronger. No, he met me in it, in that place. You know, on Good Friday, a day like today, I like to recall my life and my story, because it's proof that Jesus didn't come for a perfect people. No, Jesus came. He went to the cross for the lost, for the broken, for the ones hiding in their rooms believing that they are beyond love. You know, Isaiah 53 verse 5 says, he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was upon him, and by his wounds or his stripes, we are healed. And you know, healing isn't always instant, and it certainly doesn't erase the past, but it does rewrite the story. And his healing, what he did for you on that cross, has rewritten your story, church. You know, he didn't just die for you or for me. He died as you, as me. He stood in your place, my place. He absorbed the full weight of the judgment that you and I deserved so we could be free. I mean, that's amazing. Can you think back and recall what Jesus has rescued you from? So many snippets of such a big story, so many ways that Jesus has changed your life. I mean, this is what Good Friday represents for us, a Savior who came for us while we were crushed. You know, he took the punishment that should have been mine, and in exchange, he gave me his righteousness, his peace, and his place as a beloved child of God. I'm no longer that child who sat in my room with so much pain I needed to find some way to let some out. You know, through the death of Jesus, the power of sin was broken. We all know that. And through his resurrection, the door to new life was open wide. I don't carry guilt or shame in my life anymore because he carried it for me. And that's my question to you. Are you still carrying guilt and shame in your life? Have you allowed Jesus to rewrite your story? Because it's not a bunch of rituals that we're doing. It's about relationship with him. It's about a real relationship with Jesus Christ. You know, I walk in freedom today that I never thought was possible. Jesus didn't just save me from something, from doing that to myself. He saved me into something, into grace, into peace, into new life, into truth. The more I know him, the more freedom I find. And every day I learn I am loved. I'm not broken beyond repair. I'm being made new. You know, perhaps you're listening to this message today and you're thinking, what is she talking about? But let me tell you, if you've ever felt like I felt, like you're hiding behind a smile or something too heavy for words, then know this: freedom is real. His name is Jesus. And today, of all days, on Good Friday, I know that he would want you to know that he is your Savior too, and that he went on the cross willingly to die in your place so the power of sin and death could be broken over your life and you could know him and you could know who Jesus Christ is in the fullness of who he is, his love, his resurrection power, his ability to wash away your sin, not erase your past, but remove the sting of it and rewrite your story. That's who he is. And I pray that today you would come into the knowledge of him. And church, I pray that today you would recall your little testimonies of what he's done. All those moments, those shameful moments, those things you thought you'd never say out loud, and how Jesus has separated you from the guilt and shame of that, and how he's made you new. What a good God we have. You know, Sunday's coming. It's not over yet. We all know it's not over yet. So join us on Sunday at 4:00 for our service, and let's celebrate our King together. Amen.